Before this video starts, I just want to say a massive thank you to Nvidia for sponsoring it. A couple of weeks ago, Nvidia, the graphics card manufacturer of Doom, reached out to me and asked if I was interested in checking out their brand new ray tracing technology in Minecraft. Yeah, ray tracing technology. I gotta admit, I had no idea what that meant. So I did a bit of Googling. Okay, I did a bit of Googling and found out that it's basically better graphics, like mega better graphics for video games. And they were developing that for Minecraft. So obviously, I got super excited. And so here we are. This is a ray tracing enabled demo world available in the marketplace of the Windows 10 Minecraft edition. And this is one of 5 worlds. And I gotta say, it looks absolutely mega as it is. I really love these things coming up over here. However, this is without ray tracing. This is just ordinary Minecraft. And this is the same world with ray tracing enabled. I mean, just look at this. This is absolutely incredible. This is Minecraft. It looks... there are no words. Yeah, seriously, there are no words to describe how incredible this all looks. And one of my favorite things that I've discovered is underwater. Check this out. Look at these rays of light coming through the water. How cool isn't that? Take a look at this. Look at this. It looks like I'm shrinking because of how the sun is reflecting. I'm sorry. Because of how the sun is reflecting on my skin, it looks like I'm just disintegrating. I'll be back. Oh, this is really impressive. Look at how the light ray of the water breaks that sand, and this is how it is underwater. That looks so realistic. I do want to have a fly around, so let's go into creative, because apparently, for whatever reason, spectator mode doesn't actually exist in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which is really strange, by the way. But take a look at this. Wait a minute, excuse me? This looks like a familiar face. Ray tracing Tonai. You got a super shiny mustache there, my friend. Okay, this is seriously cool. Look at these glass blocks. Look at how they reflect the sun. And they kind of look like jelly. I'm not joking. Seriously, they look mega delicious. And they also color the world behind them, which is really, really, really cool. If I just build out a few of these, look at that. That's red and some yellow. So you clearly get a different color through the glass. That is very impressive. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These are gold blocks, and they are totally reflecting. They're totally reflecting the sun. Oh, wait a minute. They're also reflecting the block that I'm holding. So that's a red glass block. Block of diamond. Oh, no way. That is really cool. Now, obviously, that means that I need to do something. RayTracing. I know you've always been a mega fan of golden pirate teeth. So, there you go. You got a reflective, shiny, mega pirate tooth of Doom. Brilliant. I wonder if it's the same with diamonds. Oh, it is the same with diamonds. Look, I can see. Oh, I so wish that I could see my face in this, but I can see that thing. Whatever these are, mega kelps, I can see the mega kelp in the diamond block. That is even more visible. What about emeralds? Nope, I'm sorry. Huh? What kind of pose is that, mister? Seriously though, this is mega impressive, and I've been playing around in the different worlds available in the marketplace for a little bit here, and I mean things like this. That the Minecraft that you see in the bottom is not a built reflection, that is ray traced reflection. So if I turn reflection off, this is how it looks. All right, very, very, very normal and Minecrafty, and then I turn it back on. Absolutely unreal. It's just ridiculous. Now this world here has different textures and not the standard vanilla textures. I mean, what even is this block? Pick. Oh, iron. Okay, that's an iron block. That's a pretty good texture for an iron block, I gotta say. Now there is a lot more to check out in these demo worlds, but I kind of want to build my own base. I kind of want to try and build my own ray traced Minecraft base. So here we are. I've loaded up another ray tracing enabled world that has vanilla textures, because I do want to try and build this base using vanilla textures. And then what I've done is I've flown away a little bit from the area where the demo world is, and it looks like just ordinary Minecraft terrain here, which is exactly what I want. And I gotta say, this general area right here, apart from a few hiccups with diorite, it's actually looking like a pretty good spot to build a base. I think I've just had a little bit of a realization. If I alter the time of the day, it's evening at the moment. If I alter the time, yeah, as you can see, the light is actually being cast from another direction, which means that the shadows and all that sort of stuff is completely different. So that's morning time, and then if we set it back to evening time, wow. Okay, that is mega cool. Anyway, we gotta get started at this base. First things first, just gotta clean this up just a little bit. So the idea is to create a functioning Minecraft base with the essentials you need when you start out Minecraft. And obviously, because of the cool lighting effects, I do want to build it inside this mountain and then maybe have some sort of cool windows or skylights or something like that to take advantage of all of these cool lighting effects that we can get. Just like this. Let's take a look from a distance. Oh my goodness, that is a really, really cool light beam being cast. So I think this little space up here is definitely going to be our bedroom. And then I wonder what happens if we put glass down here, because obviously we wouldn't want any mobs to come through. Oh, it still shines through, but it dims it a little bit. That is looking so realistic. As far as design go, I think that the bedroom should definitely have a nice wooden floor with a staircase leading up to it. That's looking great already. Maybe have a separating log over there. Oh wow, that is looking so cozy. We'll have a little bit of a bedside table in the back here, and a cactus. Definitely a cactus. I have made some new discoveries. Check this out. The redstone lamp has this type of light here where it's kind of like a warm, nice yellow thing. If you take the glowstone, it's a massive mega light that just like illuminates everything very, very quickly. And the lantern is really, really cool. It's a very, very settled, cozy sort of bedroom light. And the jack-o'-lantern, nothing. I'm pretty sure that's probably a bug, but one really cool light source is the end rod, because the end rod gives off a white light, and this is something that I've been wanting to have in Minecraft for a very, very long time. Different colored lighting, and I think we ought to do something with this. Now the bedroom is completely dark during nighttime, so I think what I want to do is definitely use one of the lanterns to create that cozy bedroom feeling. But I also had an idea to make LED lights that we can turn on and off. So if we put these end rods back there and then put two pistons down here with blocks on them, now if we power those, we can shut that LED light off completely. We'll have a lever right there and then just run some redstone down like this, and hopefully, because this is bedrock, that will actually work. Yes, that works. Let's make it full night so that it's completely dark in here. Oof. Wow, okay. The lever is right there. Oh, man. Okay. I like that. I think I want to have one of those on the other side as well. And you know what? I'm going to take this one step further. Instead of a lever, let's use an inverted daylight sensor that will send a signal whenever it gets to nighttime. And then these LED lights here will switch on. All right, I got to be honest. I completely forgot that the redstone torch also is a light source, and a very red one at that. So my nighttime sensor has been installed, so in theory this should work. So right now it's evening time, but if the sun goes down at around 14,000, the LED turns on. Oh my, yes, that is really, really cool. So with the automatic LED lights installed, I think that is the bedroom complete, and it's time to crack on with the rest of the base. I also seem to be missing missing an arm. I mean, it is a beta build after all. Storage is extremely important in any Minecraft base, so we're gonna have a little bit of storage over there, possibly do another storage unit somewhere else. And then I think I gotta see how this mountain looks, because I do want to get another window, maybe a diagonal window over that side. A diagonal window can totally work here, because that means that in the evening the sun is gonna come from here, but in the morning the sun should shine in from here. Let's try and set the time to 1500, and yes. That is so cool. So now the light is shining in there. We got no light over that side of the house. This is good. This is so fun to play around with. I'm really enjoying this. As far as the room's function goes, I think that this is going to be the room where we do our main crafting and our smelting. So I think we're going to go with 2 crafting tables over here and build like a little bit of a table and then some kind of storage to go along with this. Anyway, before we finish this, I don't know about you, but I kind of get the feeling that this is almost like a little bit of a lounge or living room area. And because I want to do my crafting and smelting here, I thought it'd be fitting that we try and fit like a fireplace over on this wall here, maybe centered around like that, where we can play around with fire and see how that looks, but also make it actually functioning. Now, weirdly enough, with this fireplace, I'm not going to be worrying so much about efficiency. I'm just going to be worrying about coolness. So I put together a machine here that should turn a flame on whenever we try and smelt something. So if I put a piece of sand in here, that should click, and yes, oh my goodness, look at the flame. That's absolutely awesome. That looks so cool next to the bricks as well. Now, I did want to try to use iron blocks here, because these are just like the gold and diamond blocks, super reflective. So I wanted to see if that sort of looks like a modern chimney. Now, I will say that this is actually functional. So we got our smelted glass over there, and we can try one more time with the iron blocks instead. Yes. Yes, that is giving off. That is giving us such a cool effect, I think. Maybe this should be brick, though. You know what? As long as you're smelting something, this doubles greatly as a diorite burner as well. I'm thinking a very dark wooden rich floor in here. So dark oak should do the trick. Specifically with these lighting effects on it, because that gives it, well, so many different shades of brown, which is great. I gotta say, I think the base is coming together really quite nicely. We got the lounge area now all completed with a functioning fireplace, the crafting station. I even installed a little bit of a carpet. Now, personally, I really like the little depth that many of these textures have. So, for example, the plank, you can clearly see that the planks are like sunken down and raised up, which... yeah, that's just a very, very cool effect. Anyway, speaking about planks, I've added in a wooden floor in the main sort of hallway, and I've added a little bit of an armor station with some anvils, and I was thinking we also need to have some diamond gear, of course, and then I want to have one end busting set for whenever we're ready to go to the end. And yep, I completely forgot the trousers, but there we go. So I still have 2 things that I want to add to this base, and that's what's going to go in these 2 sections here. The first thing that I want to add right over here is going to be a vault. Personally, I really like having a vault in my Minecraft base, but it's going to be even more cool to add now that we have these metallic reflections in the iron blocks and the reflections in gold and diamond blocks. That is already looking super reinforced. Even the iron pressure plates have the reflection of the iron blocks. That is really cool. Now, just out of curiosity, if I add light behind here, yes, that shines through the doors. Brilliant. I know I've been saying this a lot, but having colored lighting in Minecraft is huge. I mean, we've got the yellow light here, and then if I just add cyan here, that creates a cyan beam. I just have to try this with lime as well. I mean, I would be a fool if I didn't. Wow. That is such a feature. I have just made yet another discovery. Ore blocks gives off light. That is just... oh my goodness. Okay. So this doesn't actually need to have any external lighting. In fact, I think it's going to look a lot better if the vault just uses the ore's own light source. That being said, having these 2 glowing light pillars up from the corners makes it look even better. But look at how the diamonds are reflected, like the diamond ore reflecting into the diamond blocks. This is just very, very much next level. I wonder if it would look really weird if the floor was fully reflective as well, or if that would add to it. No, I like that. I really like that. What about the walls? This is slowly turning into a giant just mirror, the whole room. But look at that though. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Okay, now I may very well be pushing it, but I just have to see what it would look like if we have this in the roof as well. It looks a little bit like a fridge. I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little bit like a fridge, but it also does look like a super omega secure vault. And apparently my head is now my arm. Alright, so with the vault all done and secured, the last room that I want to work on is going to be down here. And this is going to be a very important room. Very, very important room, because this is going to be where we go to the nether and where we enchant stuff. Except this is not going to work, is it? That is not going to work. Okay, I have to make this a lot further down. This may actually not be too bad, because it's kind of like you go down to the dungeon in a way. This area down here definitely has a little bit of a dungeon-y feel to it. So because of that, I definitely think the acacia logs are going to be the best wood to match this with. Polished andesite will go nice in the ceiling, and so far so good. Now the main attraction of this room is actually not going to be the library part or the enchanting. It's going to be the nether portal, which I'm going to place right here over on this wall. I just realized I haven't actually tested to create a nether portal with the RTX Minecraft, so here we go. Oh, that actually doesn't have a lighting or anything like that. That's a bit of a bummer. Maybe that's something they will add later, because I have the feeling that the nether portal itself should have some sort of glow. Anyway, I have an idea for what we can do to make it glow. Glowstone will fill the back of this with glowstone, and then, oh my goodness, okay, that is looking mega weird and really cool. That's not how it looks usually, right? Because that is just... looks like some gem crystals or something like that. Oh, and there actually is a purple glow. Well, I'm a big fan of that. I think that looks great. Now, the only thing we need here is a little bit of storage for our enchanted books. So I think I'm just going to punch out every other bookshelf like that. Barrel, and they can go in like this. And that's going to provide us with quite a bit of storage for all of our enchanted books. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of this purple glow that the nether portal is emitting here. So I wanted to try something in the ceiling. If I do something like that and add a magenta glass and then remove that, maybe even remove that and that and that. Yeah, that definitely adds a magenta beam. What about purple? This is dangerously fun to play around with. That's a really weird glow. We definitely do need some type of lighting in here, otherwise it's going to be way too dark. But that does give off a little bit of a magical touch to the room, specifically if we look up like this. You know what? A combination of the lanterns and the magenta and purple glowstone lamps in the ceiling, yeah, really works well together, doesn't it? Now for the floor, I could use a carpet in here, but I kind of want to keep it this gothic, rustic, dungeon-y feel. So I'm just going to mix in some andesite, polished andesite, and maybe just a little bit of gravel ever so often, because I think this goes so well together with the polished andesite. And you know what? I think this room turned out really well. We have our nether portal, we got our enchanting, our book storage for our enchanted books, and it looks really mysterious. Maybe even more so as you walk down the stairs and just see that purplish sort of glow from the room. Now let's be honest, it's not an Iskall base without a little bit of Iskallium, and my goodness, how cool isn't that looking with a glowstone? I mean, I could just leave it like that. We gotta have a little bit dripping out from the ceiling though. And since this is bedrock Minecraft, I assume I can still do this. Yep. Green water in a cauldron. I love that feature so much. Wait a minute. Yes. What? Absolutely brilliant. I gotta say, I've had such a fun time playing around with ray tracing in Minecraft, and there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn when it comes to building, specifically because there are different light sources, not just colors, okay? Not just colors, but also different types of lights, such as the lantern and the torch, etc., etc. And it's just been an absolute blast. And as far as the base goes, it has some functioning redstone stuff, and I've never ever done redstone in Bedrock before, so that was an interesting experience. But I gotta say, this gotta be my favorite room. This room is just looking absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now with that said, I really hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you did, do hit the like button down below. And again, I want to say a massive thank you to Nvidia for giving me the opportunity to play around in this version of Minecraft. It has thoroughly, truly, honestly, genuinely been a blast. I've had a blast learning about some of the things that you can do with ray tracing. So thank you ever so much, Nvidia. Anyway, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. You should probably consider subscribing. This is so weird. But then again, I am quite weird. I mean, at least my head is not on my shoulder anymore. So I guess that's good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you dudes in the next episode.